Hello trainers, Kaneto here, and today we're diving together into Open Great League and we're having a very safe team. We're having the Pelipper up on the lead, followed up by Sableye and Medicham, so the backline is also pretty safe. You can see that you can always use something like a Sableye as your safe switch, or just the opposite, use the Medicham as your safe switch, keep the Sableye as a closer. So for now I'm gonna use the Sableye as safe switch, but that can change for sure. Having up on the lead, the Pelipper is gonna be used as a very nice general lead for anything on the Open Great League, and of course your main concerns are gonna be the Registeel and the Lantern. So with those Pokemon aside, I think that Pelipper is gonna be just an amazing overall lead Pokemon. We're gonna bank that energy for the end game, since I was pretty sure I could catch that final Rock Slide, and I did not want to spend a shield anymore. I want to see what they have at the back, so bringing my Medicham into play is gonna be the better option to my concern. Gonna get the shield here on the Sky Attack because I know I can finish off this Noctowl with that Ice Punch, able to deal the super effective damage that we need, but still not enough to get there on that finishing line. We're gonna farm down now with the final Shadow Claw, so they survived only with 1 HP, which was a bummer, so the IVs really matter there. Earthquake gonna connect on my Sableye, however, still not gonna be enough to finish me off. We can get there to that return big damage on the Medicham, and we can still reach to the Weather Ball for back-to-back combo, able to finish it off, and now Stunfisk stands no chance at all because they are energy dry, and we can just finish it off with the final Weather Ball. A very nice first victory for the video. Let's focus now though into the next one, because we're met up with another Steel type Pokemon, not the G-Fisk, not the Registeel, but the Bastiodon. This Pokemon is pretty much troublemaker for the Flyers, but not for the Pelipper. Pelipper can still hold on with those Weather Balls, and to be honest, we're having a pretty cool all-around team for this Bastiodon, able to get there to that final Weather Ball for the finish off, but we barely cannot, because as always Bastiodon is gonna hold on to those final HP points against those Flyers, so you're gonna be on a kinda bad situation. But overall you can see that we can overall destroy it down with our line, able to get in there my Medicham, and I was getting a little bit greedy. I should have gone for the switch out for sure, because that extra damage that was done to my Medicham absolutely helped. No one there, only my opponent. However, we can still farm down at the back. They have a Medicham of their own, straight for the return. They are not gonna respect the damage, so now we can safely farm down even if they throw, since we got the shield up. Into the next one now with the Ninetales up on the lead. Horrible lead scenario, especially with the charm, because my backline is gonna get hurt a lot by the charm damage. However, we still got the Pelipper up on the lead, and to be honest, the Excel Medicham can go toe to toe even against a charmer, a Pokemon like Ninetales on its alone form. We can spam even more those Weather Balls. Are we gonna take the final shield? Yes, we are. This is looking promising, but we cannot reach to the final Weather Ball for that finishing off. However, now we can go in with our Medicham, and I'm pretty sure that if I can block once, I can simply farm down right after. So this is what I told you about bad leads, so you can still destroy them down with the safe team, and that's why this team is one of the safest of them all. We're gonna get there now to the Psychic, and I'm pretty sure they cannot farm me down, so I'm just gonna keep pressuring. I see the switch immediately, so I'm gonna bring my Sableye into play and have now that foul play for that finish off line against the Medicham. I'm pretty sure I can survive one move while I can still completely farm down with my Shadow Claws. They can reach to another Ice Punch. This can get pretty close if we get greedy, however we can still survive, and now the final foul play will seal the deal against that Registeel, and that's gonna be another fantastic game for our team. So you can see that my Sableye is not having the optimal PvP IVs. It is one from the pre-Excel era, and to be honest, I was having kinda of a big time back then with that Sableye, so I decided to keep it till now. And of course I haven't found a very good purified Sableye to power up with my Excels. I got the Excels, but I do not have a very good IV one from the Team Rockets. So anyways, I'm gonna focus now on the switching matchup against the Registeel. We had the Pelipper on the mirror. My opponent decided to go ahead and bring the Registeel into the battle. I guess they did that because they wanted to go ahead and and bring out of my team the fighter, since they might have a double steal option at the back. Gotta keep that in mind, because now we can pressure even more with our Ice Punch, gonna get the shield, which is pretty awesome, and now we can finish them off with the Weather Ball at this amount of HP that they have. Gonna farm a little bit more because they went for the extra mile and the Hurricane. Not gonna switch out yet, which gives me some time to think, and I believe there is gonna be the Stunfisk at the back. So here comes the Fisk, we got the Weather Balls, and to be honest, we're standing on the upper ground here, especially with that shield up. Gonna get their shield out of play, and I think that we can cut the move successfully on the Sableye, looking pretty solid with that Rock Slide, and even though they can reach to the Earthquake, I don't care at all. I can still finish them off with a Weather Ball. I have it ready no matter what. Just went there for that extra flex point, which was not needed at all. Earthquake now is gonna connect, and of course gonna farm down with the final wing attack. No reason to stall anymore with the final throw of my Weather Ball. Into the next one now with that Froslass up on the lead, looking pretty solid. This can end both ways. It all depends if I let that Avalanche go through, and we can spam our Weather Balls pretty much faster than the Avalanches, which is pretty nice. Gonna get there now to the Weather Ball, gonna deal a nice chunk to the Froslass. They know that, so they're just gonna block, and you know what, I'm gonna block twice because I know that I can farm down right after this Avalanche. Down goes the Froslass, gonna expect the next Pokemon, and unfortunately it's gonna be the Umbreon. However though, we're gonna get to the Hurricane, big damage on the Umbreon, but still it is too bulky that it can still take the hits. I'm gonna try to provoke that CMP, and we can do that successfully, so at this point they cannot overfarm, and now my Medicham can go in. Gonna undercharge, that was a pretty nice undercharge. I think they went to the nice point. At the back there is gonna be the Medicham, and guess what, trainers, we have aligned perfectly our Pokemons here, because Pelipper is gonna be an absolute beast. Gonna get there now to the foul play for some really nice damage on the Medi. I think fatal as well at this point, so they have to block, or they can just survive with 1 or 2 HP. Doesn't matter, not gonna throw yet. Instead I'm gonna take one more counter, because I know they will try to farm it down with their Umbreon, and I do not want that. All that though is just talk, because we still have the fighter against the dark type, so we're just gonna take the victory eventually. Galarian Stunfisk up on the lead for our Pelipper once again. So too many Fisks lately. While on GBL weekend I did not find any Stunfisk sometimes at all on a single set, which was kinda weird for me. So now it seems like that Stunfisk has returned to its original position, being meta and stuff. So we're just gonna keep spamming here. The Weather Ball is gonna take out the Stunfisk. That was pretty cool. And with the Stunfisk out of the way, now we might have an easier time with the backline, because we still have some HP left. We can still pressure for that Weather Ball, and now because they took that move, I'm pretty sure I can go in with my Sableye with ease, even if they finish off my Sableye. And you might be wondering, okay Ganeto, but now how about your Medicham? You are kinda screwed right now. Well, I am not. They're pretty low that I believe I can still finish them off with my Medi. Anyways, gonna block though, because I know I can farm down. Down goes their Sableye. At the back there is gonna be a Medicham of their own, gonna get straight to the return. They are gonna block it. Big brain play here, and I will try to catch the move on the Pelipper successfully. I remember this one, I was pretty happy about it, but still we got the Medicham on its full HP scale, which is just gonna provoke them, and we're gonna get this victory because they top left it for sure there. We're having now the Venusaur up on the lead, looking pretty solid, and they safe switch into Lantern. That was a weird thing to do, so perhaps they have another hard counter for my Pelipper. Gonna respond with my Medicham, and to be honest I don't care that much if I lose this battle, because still Sableye with shield advantage can pressure a lot even that Venusaur. That's why I'm gonna let that move go through, but it ends up being a serve, and you know what, because they baited here, I will try to nuke them down with that Psychic of mine. If they want to shield here, it's just fine, because then I can have my Hurricane ready to go with my Pelipper for the end game, but instead they bring into the fight the Venusaur. Gonna get to the mistakenly Frenzy Plant, which was not that good overall. Able to get there now to the Weather Balls against that Bastiodon, and all I want to do is to pressure this Pokemon in almost the red section of HP. So another one and another one for the big damage output on the bulky beast for the end game. Sableye now can go in, and I'm pretty sure I can take this move, because the Frenzy Plant is definitely gonna hurt even more. Gonna gonna farm down now at the back. There is gonna be the Venusaur for the third time on this battle. Gonna get there now to the foul play. They are gonna take it, and of course they could not do anything else. I think they took it because they knew I was having a lot of energy, so even if they blocked, well, another one was imminent. Into the next one now with the Azumarill up on the lead. So Azumarill is definitely tricky. I can still go pretty well against my backline, much like any other fairy type, but still we got Pelipper up on the lead, which is pretty solid as an option. We can tank at least one move, the foul play, the player off, excuse me, the Ice Beam or the Hydro Pump for sure, while we can block the second and pressure even more. I'm gonna go now for that Hurricane for big damage, and it doesn't matter at all that I have spent some shields here. I will just block twice. Once again the Pelipper. You are seeing that I do not care about keeping the shields for the end game when using this team. I like Pelipper up on the lead with shields because then I can manipulate the outcome at the back line. For example, here I managed to beat off that Azumarill, so now I'm having my Sableye on the mirror. Otherwise, I could be on a very bad position with my Medicham over the Sableye. So winning the lead with this team is the better scenario for you, and you have to go for that no matter what. While Medicham at the back is gonna help you a lot on the closing scenario, even against its counters, and one of its counters is gonna be the Ghost typing and this Marowak. So this is gonna be a Shadow Marowak with a Shadow Bone connecting on the Psychic type Pokemon, and I know we can survive just barely here. We have a high rank Medicham anyways, and now we're just gonna get there to that Weather Ball for big and lethal damage on the Marowak, and that's gonna be a fantastic game. Into the next one now with a Ninetales up on the lead. We do not like that. Another Ninetales with this line. Well, we just have to survive. So because this is gonna be a Weather Ball slash Powder Snow version, we're just gonna take the first one, then block the second, and I'm pretty sure we can pressure a lot here for a potential Hurricane. Are they gonna take it? Yes, they are. Big brain play here by my opponent, and we got one more Weather Ball able to take their shield out of play, and right on the CMP, I think this is gonna be a CMP, we got the Weather Ball on the second shield. At this point, Pelipper has already done its job. We have manipulated this matchup as we wanted to, because now with that weird Ninetales out of the way, we're just gonna be able to destroy it down and have the upper hand on the backline. Perhaps they have no other counter for my backline for sure, and we were right because they stand with that Swampert here. Well, the thing about Swampert is that I'm not sure if Return is gonna knock out a regular Swampert from this HP scale, so I decided to go for the double foul play to play it kinda smart, I believe. So here comes now another foul play to finish it off, and I'm not going to risk it at all. So we're just gonna keep pressuring here with my Sableye, and I know that if I can put it below the HP limit that my Medicham is, well, the match is already settled. This has already been done, and of course now the final Psychic will connect for the final damage output on the opposing Medicham, and that is gonna be another great game for us. We're gonna head now into the final one, and let's see how this trainer is gonna counter our team, because they're starting off pretty solid with another core breaker for my line, the Noctowl. We do not like Noctowl at the back and of course up on the lead, because Pelipper can still lose against that Pokemon. Perhaps we might want to use double shields here, and they try to catch the Hurricane on the Stunfisk. Guess what though? I'm baiting a lot with this line. I know people do not like baits, but I'm gonna do that a lot with Pelipper, and you should expect it from a Pelipper no matter what. So we're gonna be able to farm down completely here. No reason to block, just a Rock Slide. We know that, we were counting the moves anyways. Noctowl returns into the battle. Ice Punch for big damage, kinda big damage, but still super effective damage, and another one for the knockout if they do not shield. They manage to shield, so down we go to the total farm down. Gonna bring the Sableye because I know they're gonna switch out immediately. They do not want to risk it, and it is gonna be the Lantern. So we read our opponent perfectly here, and we're just gonna keep spamming those foul plays against the Lantern for the big win. So I think that is gonna be a wrap for now. Look at how easy it is for our little guy here to pressure a lot with the return damage on the Lantern, and of course we can definitely destroy it down. Look at that wonderful sightseeing. We're just gonna farm down now with the final wing attack from Pelipper, and we are already there on the Hurricane scale, winning the CNP, and that's gonna be a fantastic game to end off this video. So that's all, trainers. Thank you for watching, thank you for staying till the end. Just be sure to leave a huge like before you go, subscribe to the channel if you already haven't, and please consider joining as a member if you want to support my efforts here even more. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you all into the next one. Take care, trainers.